crucial part of any business is data. It tells us what we're doing right and what's not working so well. But it can be daunting to navigate the data, to know what to collect and what to do with it, and that's where GA4 comes in. GA4 may be unfamiliar to you, but with more advanced configuration settings, dimensions and labels than your standard analytics, it has huge benefits, as it's designed with key business objectives in mind. Google Analytics 4 uses action-based systems to collect website and app data so you can better understand the customer journey. This includes predictive analytics, privacy controls such as cookies, behavioural and conversion tracking and platform integration. It also allows you to measure what matters, from the download of your app or first visit to your website to the usage, purchase and return visits. This is incredibly useful as you can use it to understand the behaviour of your customers and make better business decisions. You can even export that analysis to Google Ads and Google marketing platforms, media tools to optimise these campaigns. Before you get started, you should have a clear idea of what this data will mean for your wider goals. Create a measurement plan that defines your overall business objectives. This way, you can be intentional about the strategies and tactics that support your goals and targets, as well as put into place some key performance indicators to measure the success of your strategies. The difference between GA4 versus Universal Analytics is that all GA4 events are triggered by user interactions on your web page. This gives you direct data to track without having to create distinction between goals and e-commerce. It is recommended to migrate your implementation to ensure that you can take advantage of all Google Analytics 4 features in the long term. You must have an editor role to manage events and conversions in analytics. With that role, you can mark any existing event as a conversion. Create a conversion event based on an existing event by adding parameters and modify event conditions. When you modify or create an event, GA4 does not support regular expressions when defining them. In some cases, where you may have used regular expressions as the match type in Universal Analytics goal definitions, you may be able to use the starts with or ends with as the match type in GA4 instead. Something you can leverage in this position is predictive audiences, which uses machine learning to predict the future behaviour of your users, including the probability to purchase. You can then use an audience trigger to convert the predictive audiences to an event that can be marked as a conversion. A predictive audience is an audience with at least one condition based on a predictive metric. For example, you can build an audience for likely 7-day purchases that include users who are likely to make a purchase in the next 7 days. Predictive audiences are automatically shared with advertising accounts you have linked to your property. For example, Google Ads, Display, Video 360, Search Ads on 360. Goal value is the basis for calculating metrics like page value and per session goal value. Once you have your data, there are several ways to export this information. Individual reports can be downloaded in multiple formats, including Excel, PDF, and Google Sheets. The primary considerations when selecting an option include having no changes to your existing Universal Analytics data and collection as e-commerce reports. You will also need to be clear about the amount of implementation work you're willing to do.